Parker. How are you doing, guys? Welcome to my tech talk. This is May 31st, 2018. And today I want to talk about the important tech trends of 2018 for the rest of this year. I know that tomorrow is June 1st. We're about to be halfway over with 2018. If you can believe it, I can't. But I want to talk about the things in the tech industry that are going to be big for the remaining of this year going into 2019. Now, before we get started, I want to remind everybody to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell, and share this video. So, 2018 tech trends. What are the big things? There's really only a few really big things going on this year. Let me start with voice. Voice is a huge trend in 2018. Think Alexa skills, Google Home skills, IFTT skills. We're going into an age where basically we're getting lazier. We can sit down on our behind and talk to Alexa and order a pizza or order an Uber. Order anything you like with the sound of your voice. I want to call my wife. Okay, Google, call Rebecca. And boom, I don't have to lift a finger. It's being called. Convenience is a huge selling point, no matter what industry. So going forward, when you're making your apps, when you're thinking of your ideas, think about how you can incorporate voice into your app. Let's talk. Let's say you want to do a mobile app. For example, I'm working. Well, it's kind of on pause right now, but I have an app that I'm working on. It's in my repositories. It's a safety app for people, people who go out at night or women who go jogging who might be afraid of a predator or somebody trying to get them. So basically, it's keeping track of your geolocation, and then it has you can set a keyword. So you can be like, help me please, for example. That might be your keyword. And if somebody tries to grab you or kidnap you, assault you, you can yell, help me please. And the phone will pick up that keyword and it will call the police. It'll have your geolocation. It'll have, I'll have it so it can start taking photos, start opening up the microphone and recording, and all this is voice initiated. Now, without having voice capabilities in an app like that, it kind of makes it useless. Think about somebody trying to mug you and you have to literally pull out your phone and start typing and calling, the damage, you're not going to get anything done, right? So, voice, that's a great use case for it. Or going back to what I said, Alexa skills. What is the next thing that you can write that will help people to use their voice to get stuff done? Turning on the lights, controlling your thermostat. You might have a voice activated crock pot that starts cooking your food when you tell it to. We're creatures of language, so it just makes sense that as our technology evolves, we want to use the paradigms that we've used in the past to communicate, voice and language being primary. Second big trend of 2018 going into 19. Decentralized applications, or dApps. Now, these are applications built on the blockchain. So you're thinking Bitcoin apps, Neo, Ethereum, the list can go on. So these are applications that live on the blockchain and are decentralized. So there's no central point of contact, no central point of authority, no central point of attack. Now, those of you who follow my channel before know I'm a huge cryptocurrency advocate. I'm really bullish in the space and that I am a crypto programmer myself. Not only do I believe that crypto is going to take over the financial sector, it's going to take over many sectors, any sector that includes logistics. So think about how we can solve problems in a decentralized way. Putting applications on the blockchain or using cryptocurrency offers a lot of advantages that aren't afforded to us in the current traditional paradigm. Number one, raising funds. you're seeing a lot of these people become millionaires and billionaires off of crypto investments, ICOs, writing these decentralized applications. Thank you, honey. Writing these decentralized applications, and they're raising an incredible amount of money. Outside, they're able to raise funds outside of traditional investor means. It really opens up the space for everyone going forward who wants to have these great ideas, but the biggest hurdle traditionally is funding. And of course, I'm going to be doing separate videos talking about each of these things as a dev. I'm not going to be speaking very long. I said we talked about voice, we talked about blockchain, social media. Social media, believe it or not, is really still in its infancy, especially when we talk about advertising. So most people, they use social media just to get likes, to get clout, to increase their popularity, and they're not using social media as a means to make money. We live in a time where literally we can connect with anybody in the world instantaneously with a click of a button. So think about 15 years ago. 15 years ago, if I wanted to put out an app and I wanted to advertise for it, the cost for doing that was thousands of dollars. I mean, even now, it can still be thousands of dollars. But now with social media, I can do a Facebook ad for a couple $100, have it be targeted, and get as much, if not more, traction than I would have got spending $5,000 15 years ago doing print or radio or television ads. So social media, and particularly social media advertisement, is going to be a huge trend. A lot of Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, they all have advertising APIs. So as a developer, you can actually programmatically create this stuff. So let me give an example. One of my startups, Treat Me at Home, one of the features I added in there is that you can create dynamic ads promoting your service, and it'll be shown on Instagram and Twitter. So instead of having to manually make and select each ad, it could use AI based on based off the service that you provide, what photos and videos you've provided in your profile, and create dynamic ads. So this power to programmatically and dynamically target who you want to talk to, who you want to reach is powerful. Next big trend, or rather, virtual reality and augmented reality. I don't know how many of you are Futurama fans watching this, but there's an episode of Futurama where they go internet surfing, and they're literally putting on these virtual reality headsets, and they're literally walking through the internet, right? So Facebook and a couple other people are actually working on this technology now. In a few years, when we go surfing on the web, it's going to be with Oculus Rifts and sensorized bodysuits, and where we can actually interact and feel the web. Think gaming. Think playing Call of Duty in a virtual reality environment, and they literally are building suits that, like, if you're playing Call of Duty and you get shot in the game, right? It'll vibrate and buzz in the affected area, making games, making the internet fully immersive. So for those of you who don't know, in the web and all the major browsers, they have added support for virtual reality. And this is why I'm a huge advocate for open web technology. I love mobile application development. I love desktop development, but the web opens up to so many people, and it definitely has the fastest rate of growth, right? So we're now able to write websites, and I'm going to be doing a live stream probably not in June, because I have a lot of stuff planned for my live streams in June. It'll probably be July or August, but I will be doing a live stream where I'm building virtual reality web apps, and when I'm crossing over, because I'm crossing over from doing web apps to doing video game development and doing mobile development. So I've been doing a lot of web apps over the past year. So I'm starting to make the transition. I'm going to be going from web apps to web games, and then from web games to mobile games, and then I'll go from mobile games to mobile apps. So that's the transition that I'm going to be taking for the rest of this year. So yeah, so keep following me. And also, if you have any suggestions, feel free, guys. You can DM me. You can leave comments saying if you want me to write a certain type of app, give me suggestions. Like sometimes I run out of ideas because I don't want to reinvent the wheel and whatnot. But that's getting off topic. So virtual reality and augmented reality. So think about how you can have an app. Let's say you write an app for I don't know, nature parks, right? So you're walking through the park and you hold up your phone and it's augmented reality showing you everything about the trees or the birds or whatever, image recognition, and displaying of information is important. So being able to use augmented reality and virtual reality to display extra information is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Machine learning and artificial intelligence. Now, this should be a no-brainer. AI and machine learning has been coming a long way in this past few years. It's exponentially been making strides in the last couple years. But the vast majority of positions are going to be replaced by artificial intelligence. Let's think of the number one job that when you think of like when you start a new company, right? People they want a secretary, right? They want to hire a secretary or some sort of assistant. AI has replaced that. I use Google Assistant more than I use any other human for booking appointments, for managing my calendar, for calling people, for placing orders. If I want to order out for food, I don't need to talk to a human because we have artificial intelligence. I don't have to worry about no back talk. I don't have to worry about somebody doing it wrong because it's a computer. It's going to do it what I tell it to do, how I tell it to do it every time, which also translates to more money coming into my businesses. I just saw T2 just to remind me how real it is. Talking about Terminator 2? Yeah, Terminator. I'm actually going to do it. I need to do a video on the dangers of artificial. I mean, I've done some videos on the dangers of artificial intelligence, but like from like the theoretical sci-fi point of view, a lot of the doomsday scenarios that we think about artificial intelligence, we're nowhere near that level of artificial intelligence yet. We're very we don't have what's called general artificial intelligence. Westworld, dude. Westworld. I don't even get me started on Westworld. I think within my lifetime anyway. I'm 26. I definitely think before I'm 60, we'll definitely be seeing some of that Westworld shit. But as far as the next 10 to 20 years, we still have a long way to go. But yeah, I mean, eventually it's going to be where you're going to be walking downtown. You might be walking next to a robot. You won't know. That's some scary shit when actually you sit and think about it. But even then, as long as we follow the robotic laws and for really, as long as everything's controlled by electricity, we really ain't got nothing to worry about. Just one EMP away from, terminating any threat. No pun intended. What was I saying? Artificial intelligence, blockchain, AR, VR, voice. We're teaching Google to become an AI. Yeah, I mean, I think actually people talk about Google, but Microsoft is actually leading a lot of the AI stuff. Microsoft's AI is on some other level stuff. So I think if there's going to be anybody who reached sentience first, I think it'll be Microsoft before Google. Maybe wrong. Lucid Jackson, trash stream. Okay, well, feel free to leave, Lucid Jackson. But anywho, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I wanted to keep this under 20 minutes. I know I didn't stream the last couple of weeks, so just wanted to catch up with you guys. There's some other stuff. API development. API development is definitely Oh, IBM has some crazy AI too. API development is going to be really huge. So it's not enough anymore to just build a standalone product. The companies that make the gross amount of money, they build platforms and systems that other businesses need to use in order to thrive. Okay. So think about Facebook, think about Google, right? How many applications use Google in some form or fashion, whether it's Google AdSense, whether it's Google Analytics, whether it's Google Authentication, whether, Google Payments. And same thing goes with Facebook and Apple and all these other giants. They don't just make the money from the products that they make. They make money from the direct products that they make and sell. They make the most of their money from making products that other companies then use in order to make their business thrive. So if you can make your product an irreplaceable cog in the machine of another company, then you are building wealth and power. Because if you go down, they go down, or at least temporarily, until they can find another avenue or build their own. And if this company is really successful and they're thriving, they're not going to have time to do that. They need you to be up and running. So building APIs, building SDKs, building dedicated platforms is a huge trend. Because like I said, the days of just having, just standalone product, I mean, you can be successful, don't get me wrong, but you're not going to have the same level of success if you build a platform. I think that's really, without going over the same stuff that was really big in 2017, 2016. That I would say that's really it. Encryption. I mean, encryption is real big. Trust, or rather, I should say, trustless systems. The less humans that have to be in the process, the better. And this kind of goes back to decentralized applications. One of the big factors that pushes it is the idea that it's trustless, is decentralized. You don't have to work. You don't have to put your faith in another human. You're basically putting your faith in math, which is going to be the same thing every time, no matter what. But that's all, guys. Decentralized storage. Decentralized. So, I'm glad you said that. So, there's an app that I put out called InstaTorrent Stream, and it's basically built off BitTorrent protocol. And a lot of people aren't aware that Bitcoin and a lot of these decentralized these altcoins, they're really at the basic, they're built off the Bitcoin protocol. It's a centralized peer-to-peer exchange. So we're gonna see stuff like decentralized storage. That's gonna be a huge thing. Decentralized file rendering, like what's it? Deep Brain Chain. Deep Brain Chain is a cryptocurrency, and it's a decentralized. You can do decentralized file rendering, so like building movies and games and stuff, and that's all being rendered on the blockchain. You know how much processing power that is? Anyway, I digress. So that's pretty much it I wanted to say for today. Let me give you some updates on what's going on with me. So of those of you who know, I have a startup called Treat Me at Home, and last year I went to Amsterdam. I got sponsored by the Startup League to go. I almost went again this year, but I got invited to apply to go to Rise 2018. And Rise is a startup conference that's based in Hong Kong. So I may, I'll find out over the next couple of weeks, but I may be sponsored to go to Hong Kong to have a booth for my startup. So send positive vibes my way. I'll be really excited. Never been to China before. Working on some more applications. For those of you who have ordered the book, I know I explained this the other day, but we had image issues with the book. I couldn't release it. The images that I was using, I thought I could use for commercial and personal use, but it turns out it was only just for personal use. So I had to get all that fixed. I do have recordings. Like I have the video aspect to go along with the written book. So what I'm going to do for everyone who's already pre-ordered or bought the book, I'm going to be sending out the videos in a zip file. And then once we finish because we're going to have to re-edit some of the chapters and stuff because some of those images were very contextually important in the passages they were in. So I got to go do a whole new editing thing. So I'm going to send the video so you guys at least have that to go on with it. And then when we get the text sorted out, I'll be sending that out as well. And if it gets on being too long, then I will give partial refunds to the people who have already paid, because that's not fair to you guys. But other than that, man, if you guys don't have any other questions, tomorrow I'm trying to do my Entrepreneur Friday streams where I'm having other entrepreneurs come onto the stream with me, and we're talking entrepreneurism, so entrepreneurship rather. So the person that I'm trying to have on, he's also a fellow app developer, but he's also a real estate investor. The ebook, yes, the ebook is on my website. I mean, you can go and you can order it, but like I said, I'm not able to give it until we fix those image issues. So if you want to, I gladly appreciate any support. You can go to the store and place the order. Over the weekend, I'm going to try to send out all the videos. And we should have had the image issue sorted out already. The graphic artist that I was going to use, he's busy on another project right now, so I just have to wait a couple weeks. But yeah, you can go ahead and do that now, and I'll be sending out the videos over the weekend. But if you guys have any other questions or anything before I get off here, let me know. Otherwise, Friday, I'm going to be doing my stream. We'll be talking about real estate investing. Monday, I will be continuing my live stream on my point of sales app. It's coming to a close. And also, I found out that, I was getting more attraction by doing the series videos, like, part 1 through part 8 on the live stream. So I think I want to do that again, or I'm going to continue doing that rather. So after I finish this point of sales app, start thinking of other apps that you might want me to write, and I'll do a tutorial, and we'll do it on the Monday and the Wednesday live streams, and we'll build it out step by step. I really enjoy doing that. I really do. But if you guys don't have any other questions, concerns, I'm gonna holler at you. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter, Snapchat at MasterShake08. That is MasterShake08. Like and subscribe this channel. Share this video. Go to my website, JeroneParker.com. That is JYRONEPARKER.com. You can go to the shop. I have t-shirts for sale. I got ebook for sale, etc., etc. Until then, man, guys, I appreciate your time, and holla.